to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to apostles and elders, great millstone, and shalom to you brothers that's pushing this gospel, this good news with truth. Alright, so Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 12. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. Alright, so it says that thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. So you're going to eat filth, you know what I'm saying, as you would barley cakes. You're going to eat this filth, this defiled food, as you would a delicacy or a form of a dessert or a good meal. You know what I'm saying? Because when we go into the word barley, it means meal or grain. All right. And thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. Because you can go to the damn you go to a pizza restaurant, you go to a pizza restaurant, some shit, and a guy could take your pizza, take your cheese, your cheese sliced pizza, put it in the oven. Meanwhile, what you don't know is that he used that same spatula to put a slice of pepperoni pizza in that same oven. You know what I'm saying? So you could be getting pepperoni grease on your cheese pizza. That's why it's always essential to pray over your foods, because you don't know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, you don't know where your foods is coming from. All right? You don't know where it's been, because the foods that we're eating now is foul. It's filthy. So it says, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. So we're going to be eating this filth, this dung, this garbage, as we would as we would a regular meal, because this is not a normal meal. All right? But we're going to eat food we're going to eat the stuff, the filth, as you would a delicacy. You know what I'm saying? As a meal. And the Lord, the Most High, because when you see the Lord in all caps, it means it's talking about the Most High, Yahweh, the Father Yahweh. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat the defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So are we not now eating this defiled bread among the Gentiles? We are. You know what I'm saying? You got our people, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true biblical Israelites according to the Bible. They're eating all matters of filth. What are those filthy foods that those abominations that our people are eating? Pork, lobsters, crab, shrimp, crack conch, what's it? Crawfish. All right, these are all filthy foods that our people love to indulge in. They love to engulf their stomachs with dung, with filthy, defiled foods. The most popular meat that you can get on the market is not chicken, beef, or steak, but rather it's pig. You know what I'm saying? It's pork. That's the most popular meats that you can get. You go to any seafood restaurant for the most part, you're seeing defiled foods as on the poster. You know what I'm saying? Any type of like red lobster. What's another one? Luke lobster. You go to any sea, you go to most seafood spots. You're seeing crabs, lobsters, shrimps on the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Most seafood restaurants, most seafood stores, they advertise abominable foods. All right. So it says, I'm gonna read it again, verse 13. And the Most High said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat the defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So they're doing that. Our people is doing that. All right. They're eating filthy foods among Gentiles. The Gentiles being the heathen nations, the nations that are not, that does not come from the seed of Jacob. Verse 14. Then said I, O Lord of power, of the Most High, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up even till now I have not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. All right. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thy cow's dung for man's done. So it wasn't perceived as men eating filth in that day. You know, people back then was eating good. You know what I'm saying? It's only now where we're getting genetically modified foods. We're getting lab grown meats. We have to deal with eating fruits with no seeds in them. Infertile, and if you do get seeds in the seeds you can't use those seeds to grow more fruits because they're infertile. They're infertile. Uh, because they've been tampered with. They've been genetically modified to make sure that you can't profit uh off of the fruits that you may buy from the grocery stores. They make sure those seeds are infertile. They make sure those seeds aren't present. And then they say that it's more convenient to eat it that way. They say that it's healthier for you. When in reality it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's the so-called white man who is known as being the Edomites according to the Bible, being deceitful, speaking with a double forked tongue. That's not true. All right. So it says, reading it again, then I say, O Lord, thy power, or the Most High, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up until now have I not eaten of that which died of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. And then it says, then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. All right, so we're gonna be eating filth. We're gonna be eating pretty much doodoo, dookie, as you may say. All right, that's what this food that we're eating now in Babylon the Great is equivalent to. You know what I'm saying? It's equivalent to cow's dung, human feces that you would say pu when you smell it. You know what I'm saying? The filth, it stinks. It's no good for you. You know what I'm saying? The food that we eat is slow. It's slowly killing us. All right. And thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a regular delicate. It's gonna be a regular thing to eat food that is equivalent to dung. All right, which is not really food. So let me go to the next Matthew chapter 24, verse let me see. Yes. Matter of fact, there is something I wanted to get real quick. It's this. Lab grown meat is cleared for sale in the United States. All right, and when you read down, it says cultivated meat, also known as lab grown meat, has been cleared for sale in the United States. So this has been approved by the USDA. All right, it's been approved by them. Let's read it. Let's continue to read. Upside Fruits and Good Meat, two companies that make what they call cultivated chicken, said Wednesday that they have gotten approval from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to start producing their cell-based proteins. And this is supposed to be a facility uh, uh, that's supposed to approve things that are safe. You know, lab-grown meats, grown food, so-called foods from cells is not safe, man. That's not safe. All right. So let me go back. Matthew chapter 24, verse 2. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. All right, so if the so-called white man is not taken down, is this place, Babylon the Great, is not destroyed by thermonuclear fire, which it will be, then no flesh will be saved, meaning that mankind, as you know, will go extinct. You know what I'm saying? You got things like chemtrails. You got a whole island full of trash. You know what I'm saying? In the Pacific Ocean. Uh, like I said, you got GMO foods. You got lab grown meats now in production, approved by the USDA. All right, a company, a system that's supposed to make sure the foods that you eat is quote unquote safe. In reality, it's not designed that way. It's really designed to slowly kill you, to break down your immune system. Therefore, you can go to the doctors and get on medication and put more money, to put more money or Federal Reserve notes into the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? That being the elites, and to keep the money flowing. That's all this place is. It's a big corporation. They thrive off of your suffering. They thrive off of your misery and your pain and your suffering. They thrive off of that. No, that's America for you. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right, so for the elect's sakes, you know what I'm saying? The hopeful elect, Lord, when I be of the elect, you know what I'm saying? Lord, when I be one of those men that get beamed up in the ships, man. Because there's nothing here for you. There's nothing here for me, and there's nothing here for the brothers that is laboring with me, man. There's nothing here for you. You know, if you're telling me that I gotta breathe in chemtrail airs, you know what I'm saying? If I gotta eat lab grown meats in the near future, man, you better off dead. You know, I'm better off dead, man. But for the elect's sake, shall those days be shortened. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Excuse me, Slocky. All right, so this place is going down for our sake. It's going down for the men that labor, and the 144,000, and the rest of the one third is for their sake that this kingdom has to be brought down, and it has to be brought down in flames, and it will be brought down in flames with this coming World War III that's in the making. It's here now. You know what I'm saying? World War III is here. All right. Psalms. Let me see. Okay. Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. All right. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So we're suffering right now. The people are suffering. The people are mourning because the wicked is in rulership. You know what I'm saying? Breathing in filthified air, eating shit foods, constantly getting oppressed by these unrighteous laws. All right. The so-called white man, the very thing that the so-called white man is trying to do to us is going to be done to him. Essentially, you're trying to break down our bodies, our minds, our spirits, so you can control us. It's ultimately going to break you down because you got to remember, you got to drink the same water that we drink because it's going to spread. You know what I'm saying? You got to breathe the same air that you poison with the chemtrails. You got to eat the same foods because the crops eventually is gonna it's gonna spread. The affected filtrified crops, your GMO crops, your mutant crops, it's gonna go to the natural crops, and eventually it's gonna turn those crops and pretty much the same shit. Into the same shit that you made artificially, and you're gonna have to eat that, and you're gonna perish with that. You know. So that's why it says in Psalms chapter 10, verse 2, the wickedness pride do prosecute the poor, let them be taken into the vices that they have imagined. You know, that's why it says that, because it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it's going to come down to that point. It's going to happen to where you're going to ultimately be destroyed by the very things that you're trying to destroy us with. All right. Psalms chapter 55. 55. Let me see. What was it? Oh, it's free. Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. Yeah. Yep. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. The war was in his heart. His words were so softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So it says that the words of his mouth were smoother than butters, but war was in his heart. All right, his words were softer than oil, yet they drawn swords. All right, so he speaks a good game. He speaks he's good at putting words together. He's good with saying what appeases to the masses of people. To be able to convince them to believe that what he's saying is true, which in reality is not, because actions never show. His actions never show what he says. He said he'll tell you one thing and he'll do the complete other. He's speaking a smooth, peaceful game. Meanwhile, his action speak for itself. His actions show violence, death, you know what I'm saying, and wickedness. So who gives a damn what the white man has to say when the actions speak louder than words? When actions speak louder than words. All right. Nothing has changed. But war was in his heart. War was in his heart. He's always seeking to gain things for his own personal greed, for himself. All right. He's not thinking about the people. He's not thinking about anyone besides himself. He's not even thinking about his own people. How much more the other nations? How much more his arch nemesis, that being the Israelites? You know what I'm saying? The ones that so called stole the birthright, which in reality we inherited. It was meant for us to get the birthright anyway. All right. How much more us? So he really wants our head. So he's going to speak a good game, but in reality, he wants nothing but death for us as a nation. That being the Israelites, especially us. All right. Because it says that the Lord has used the white man as a whipping stick, all right, as punishment for going against the Heavenly Father and the Son, going against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. All right. So that concludes the lesson. I'm going to say Shalom.